Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining me. Thanks for hanging out this afternoon. First of all, apologies. We are due from last week a members section video, a gallery review for all you guys, the channel members. Don't worry, I've got my headphones still on. I'll take the hat off in a minute. My hair's an absolute riot. Excuse me. And we'll get to that this week. We'll double up for the festive period. We'll do something special for you guys. Again, apologies. I did mean to catch up over the weekend, but with the festive season, things have kind of kicked up a gear. The little stream today, I'm not going to be on for too long with you. I've not even actually set up the next screen, so I better just double check I've done that properly. But I did want to come on live and hang out with you for a little bit for a few reasons. I'm going to be doing a lot of pre-records over the festive period. I'm going to be away from like Christmas Eve to Boxing Day, so I've got like 3 days out the house. So I'm going to record a lot of stuff to go through the festive period. And for any that are joining us live or after we've been live, in the comments section in the live chat, topics or anything any requests you've got out there for any sort of content, feel free to fire them away. Very happy to take requests from the crowd on this one, no two ways about it. For MFL as well as Sorare content, I plan on having like a full week of MFL content to close out the year essentially. We're coming to the end of season 10, and I think it's a really good time if you have been kind of on the fence to maybe pick something up new for Christmas, you know, as it were. So yeah, anything, if you've been around the block, any sort of tactics, kind of strategy stuff that that I could handle, I'm more than down to do. But even if you're curious or a new person, again, any kind of beginner tutorial content that's not really been done on the channel or anything that's out of date now, again, any suggestions or nudges on that, certainly welcome. And I'll do my best to get through all of that. And over the festive period, we'll have a lot more uploads to close the year out. We'll also have a video going through you know, how much money I've made on Sorare this year, that kind of thing. We've not done one of them in a while. And off the back of this week, as you've seen from the page here, oh, wrong button, I've done very well this weekend. We've still got a little bit of a sweat. We've still got a little bit of the field to go against. Why did my chat box disappear? Interesting. Yeah, why did that? The chat box is like gone again. It's kind of resetting away. Interesting. But yeah, so it's probably quite a good time to do it from like a winning perspective, but it's also just a very good time to do it for time of year wise. And I've got to say, Celtic were brilliant this weekend, but for me it was all about the Fenerbahce boys. Absolutely smashed it 3-0 on Sunday, I think, as well, which was beautiful. And second, sadly, no decisive for Sané, and if it did decisive, we would have ran away with Division 1 here. We've got the streak, we're set up for streak 5. I've got a lot going on where I will I have a kitty, I've got a wallet here, and we're now staring down streak 5 next week. Celtic do play Livingston, which is Bra. We do have a little bit of Turkey and Portugal here and there, but not Fenerbahce or Porto. So some of the other pieces I've got. This team as well, by the way, I got an Icardi goal yesterday. Davinson Sanchez did not too bad. And I've still got Benfica and Porto to play tonight. I wouldn't rule this team out grabbing some cash also. And yeah, some nice essence pools, some good promotions. Celtic did get me the limited streak, which was fun. So I did put them down a gear. And the one team that we had with 5 starters, wrong captain. But hey, we hit the streak, that's the main thing. And a bit of essence for giveaway cards, which is fun. Negren, I'm glad I put him in a team. I was very close not to at one stage. Sadly, still caught a DNP in the lineup. Otherwise, that could have been a wee bit better, maybe. But things went really well at the weekend. I didn't play Brandt. I decided to go with the Sorare Inside Intel rather than Bundesliga Insider. And I didn't play Brandt, who scored. I went Reader. And even, I would have hit the streak, guys. I was on to hit the streak with Captain Rom. But for the third goal that Leverkusen conceded, scored, I beg your pardon, Leipzig conceded, it got an error led to goal on this one. So it took him off 100 down to 86. And 14 points plus his bonus and multipliers and all the rest of it. The target was 400. We finished on 376. Absolute gutter. If we had Brandt in for Reader, it would have been fine. But even without Brandt, Rom almost one-manned it, because also Lakeba lost points for the third goal going in. He was on like 45. So again, we were just about to clutch it and we missed it, sadly. So really good weekend on so many levels. On the pitch with Celtic and Nancy. Brilliant to see a win there. Sociedad, we're winning, we're looking good. Last minute concession, you can't write this stuff at this point. And Premier League has been kind of okay. We'll see if Gibbs White, we need Gibbs White to smash a 65 before with multiplier. So a high 50 score could be alright. And we'll hit the limited streak for Premier League right at the end here. But yeah, I'll be doing a video on this, but I've got the wallet and I'm looking ahead, guys, and like, we can kind of see the fixtures and whatever, right? But see, for Streak 5, I am nervous. I am a nervous Nelly. coming into this, because although I've got D1s, I should have 3 D1s for next weekend. We've got plenty of choice, especially with Celtic having a great game. In theory, picking the Celtic team's still quite tough. We still have Trubin we could use, and I actually quite like my Serie A goalkeepers. I might even use them in all 4 in-season teams. Mignan at home to Verona, and Como and Butes here away to Lecce. So classic keepers, we've got great choices, great variety, big hitters, but all kind of, we have Schmeichel in season, but outside of that it's all classic, isn't it? So if we think about what the first team would be, just to show you where my head's at the moment, we're looking at like Schmeichel, Tierney. McGregor's kind of safe, right? But the target is now 510, right? And if you look at the team that went this week, hit 525. So we have a wee bit of a template of what's required. Like, as I look through, like, doing a Celtic 5 just because we're playing Livingston and leaning into it, you're looking at this being Schmeichel, needs to do a 78. The Tierney defender card can outscore Skriniar. But then when you get into midfield and attack, like maybe Ben Negren could bring in a high 80 to a 90. But see, outside of that, the rest of the Celtic team is really hard to forecast. I know McGregor did do well in this game. He's maybe a good bet to go with. Same with Trusty. I actually really like Trusty after the weekend. I think with this system, he's going to get some last man tackles. I think he could have had 2 at the weekend, by the way. And I was watching for them coming in. None of them did come in. I wonder if they went down as interceptions, maybe one of them or so. But I think he did win enough tackles. Yeah, only won 1. I think the interactions I've thought of maybe weren't considered tackles. But he'll get last man tackles. So maybe even double defence Celtic isn't a bad play here. With like Negren and McGregor. Can't trust the Tate. McKeown's okay. But again, it's a big ask, isn't it, for Team 1? And with the wallet I've got, I still have Sudakov, he'll be playing. Who else did we have? We had Porto. We had Benfica. I'm not sure if we had Porto. But I've got some other pieces from around Europe to kind of flavour it with. Yeah. Thoughts on skipping? It says Tom Cuddy. Now, with Celtic playing Livingston, I don't think I can skip it. It's kind of part of the problem, because after this, it's Celtic Motherwell. Celtic play, is it then Rangers right after that, or is there another game? I think it might be Rangers right after Motherwell. So I'm not, and everyone else is on holiday, so I can't really skip it. The fixture list doesn't really allow me to skip it. But let's even just paint it in here, right? So let's imagine we could, McGrath's getting Edinburgh Derby. Baranachea is a classic away to Braga, might be sneaky good. Maybe one of the Porto boys is a good shout. McTominay is playing Cremonese. Now, if that was De Bruyne, I'd probably pick that. It's a Sorare logo on my hat. It is indeed. I got this in one of their little things they sent me a while ago. It's my favourite hat. I absolutely love it. I lost it for a while and I was like, no, it's so sad. But I got it back. Nice hoodie as well. It's just out the wash. I'll maybe stick that on for the videos coming up. Sorare merch has been cool. I quite like it. But yeah, Engels could be okay. Sudakov I like a lot. L2 is not lovely, but he's had the potential. He plays tonight, so if he rips tonight, I might change my thoughts on him entirely. Like, if he smashes 100 tonight, then I'm going to look at that Braga game and go, aye, brilliant, bring it on, Sudakov. Smash him in there, maybe over a McGregor type. We've got Dyson, we've got Negren. Is Negren safe? What if Hatate was injured, and what if he's fit and he comes back into the team? You know, there's maybe still a wee worry or a concern. I think Negren is kind of safe, to be honest with you. It's hard to imagine the manager drops him after how well he done. And again, we can bring a classic into the mixture for this somehow, somewhere. But even imagine we went double defence with Trusty. Berardi, if he was fit. We've not used the classic spot yet. We mentioned McTominay. Do we have any other powerful classics that are worth looking at? Probably not. It's kind of really McTominay. Castellanos, not a bad shout. Likes 10-8-8, doesn't he? And if he can get decisive, takes penalties. Tate, big XP on him as well. Oh, wouldn't that be so fitting? Wouldn't that be so fitting? Because what some of you guys won't realise, right, is this New York City collection I've got, it's all, it's majority jersey mints. It's not all jersey mints. Some of them don't exist. But the majority of them are jersey mints. I've not got a Santi. That exists. And I've not got a Sean Johnson. That exists as well. But otherwise, I think I have them all. Because some of them, like Hack is number 80. I did manage to get Parks at 55, which is actually quite something. But the Castellanos is number 11. And when I got this, by the way, Sorare, if you're watching, you can't see it now because of the chat bubble, but this cookie thing keeps coming up on desktop and it is freaking relentless. It will not go away. I despise it. So whatever you've done to the cookie settings, please fix it. But Castellanos was the man in MLS, like the man. Loves 10 to 15 AA and was multi-decisive capable. I don't think we're going to be able to scroll back far enough to see him. But he went to Girona on loan, bagged 4 goals against Real Madrid. You know, Castellanos was a real prospect coming out of MLS. And when I picked him up, this Jersey Mint edition, before collection bonus was a thing, it cost me a fair pretty penny. Now, it might not be reflected in these cards, actually. I've actually got them for a bit of a steal, but at the time, some of these cards were quite punchy. I actually did quite well with that, looking back at it. I thought I would have paid a lot more for that because I do know, for example, the Magno was super expensive. Oh no, maybe I'll go back. No, let's go back to this page. So if I was to hit the streak, Castellanos and the NYC collection, yeah, 800, 900 quid for Magno. And again, I don't think we can see his NYC scores when he was good on Sorare. I don't think it goes far back enough, but huge prospect. And went a season without cards, and sometimes that really lifts the demand element on some cards. So like, who did we have? No, Sorare, because of early access, they've got better with that not happening as much. But normally, if someone didn't have a picture, they wouldn't get a card, you know. And the first season where he was really good, he never had cards. Same with Thiago Andrade and Santi Rodriguez. They later would become okay at some points. Magno's never been okay, really. He's always been kind of crap. I think this is for... Oh, no, is this a wee bit of New York? Oh, there is a wee bit of New York. A wee bit. Yeah, but he's not really that good here, is he? He's got some big scores, but anyway. So that's what I was kind of thinking. So anyway, Castellanos contributing to a massive streak win, which would be worth $2,000 to me. And if we hit this score, we're going to be in the nosebleeds again on for leaderboard cash, which is gorgeous. But yeah, Tati would be fun. We've got a classic Negren, but I don't think we really gain anything out of doing that. Or maybe we do, actually. We can play 2 Negrens in that sense then. I think the best way to do that, but would be playing McGregor Classic if we're doing the Celtic stack, because my McGregor Classic is the highest XP of the 4 McGregors I own. And McGregor's AA is undeniable. It's just, will he get a goal or an assist is the question. In a way, Livingston's probably a good one, but it's not super decisive, McGregor. You know, it's not a slight, it's just a fact. So it's hard to take him with a big score in mind. Now, the last week when we hit it, I did have classic Sane on a 60. So if McGregor even does bring in the 60, that in itself is not really a problem. But if like Trusty brings in a 60 as well, or Tierney or Schmeichel doesn't live up to Ederson's level, for example, there's then water to carry elsewhere. So, and again, this team's got a bit of leeway in it, 525 rather than 510. But I've got that team still firmly burned in the memory. Even Sudakov McGregor maybe isn't even a bad shout. It's a big game against Braga. I hate to against Braga at home. You know, you just hate to go against that too much. Especially with Jose Mourinho being the Benfica manager. It's not as if they're free-flowing all-out attack. But in terms of Celtic stack, that's kind of where I'm at. My best bet at breaking 500. Big collection score. I'm probably captaining Tierney for a decisive and a clean sheet. Negren's a good shout. Trusty, as I say, is very capable of a LMNT. And yeah, Porto are playing AVS, like you were saying. So I've got a wallet there. Bednarek, I don't know if he was suspended or something, but yeah, he comes in. Does he get in the place of Tierney or Trusty? Probably not, right? When I look at midfield, I do have Vega and Froholt. Froholt isn't really different to McGregor. He's kind of the same guy. Gets good AA. Yeah, he gets some decisives, but he's not like that attacking midfielder. He's not Talisca. He's not Asensio. But really good team. Plays 90 minutes regularly. Is a main guy. Can be decisive. Like, definitely has it. And don't get me wrong there. And I've got Vega, who I like a lot more. Has more AA about him. Is more decisive, but he's kind of been injured and stuff. And unless he like starts tonight and then is nailed on, I find it hard to pick him. Looking at the rest of the Porto midfield, that's kind of the two main options. Like Mora, if we look at him, he's not bad, is he? I almost crafted him, don't forget, and he's a big rookie card from last year. I think I've maybe spelt that wrong. Is it just M-O-R-A? Yeah. But he's not wild. You know, he's not wild. He's not a problem solver. And wow, he's actually a forward card this year. That's kind of interesting, but it doesn't really fix my problem, sadly. So I do like the Porto guys. They're probably going to Team 2 or Team 3. But for Team 1, like, I'm really like, this is the team that's going to hit. Hearts are playing Hibs. I can't really get better than Celtic Livingston from what's available. Porto AVS, yeah, sure. And then that kind of got me thinking about maybe like a Samu. I do have Borja Signs up front anyway, who's like a AA friendly set piece taking winger. But Samu's just on that kind of, you know, one decisive 72. Like, bring that on, and if he could get a couple of goals, he's quite 100 capable. I quite like the thought of Samu. I maybe even half talking myself into it a little bit. I've got some credits. Maybe I get some more credits. I'll see how the game week finishes out. But yeah, I think Samu is probably a really good shout. I was close to buying him not too long ago at the same price point, but I had more credits, so he would have been cheaper for me, which is something, you know, maybe with some of the teams I've still got to play tonight, I could either win some more money or maybe win some credits, depending on where the Trubin team gets to. Yeah, like the Porto guys I've got tonight and Trubin, like if they can smash on the leaderboard, there's no market credits, but there's more cash, so we could maybe just help pay for the Samu a little bit more. Where do you win market credits these days? Maybe it's just the wheel and stuff. Yeah, so I'm kind of really stuck on this. So if we imagine that's a kind of Team 1, Samu is a choice. Yeah, I think Samu probably is a good choice, isn't he? I've been kind of eyeing him up as well. Spain forward. I know I've got Oyarzabal, but if it's not going to be Oyarzabal, it's like Ferran Torres and Samu are in the mix for striker at Spain. I've got a lot of Spanish players. I really need an Unai Simon thinking about it. But yeah, let's imagine we go like Mignan at home to Verona. Again, we don't want to think about this too much. I'm just trying to paint it out. Closer to the time we can make better decisions. Let's take off the filter. Again, Bednarek against AVS. We can take that with a lot of confidence. Can we take Ralston or Donovan? I would be nervous, actually. I've got Diego Carlos in season. I could go with Butez and him for Como defensive stack. Now we DNP'd last game, so maybe that's not something I'm jumping against. Motherwell are playing Rangers, which I know Motherwell's another nice stack people like as differentials. But yeah, it's kind of Bednarek, isn't it? Froholt, Sudakov. McGrath can still do well. Engels is maybe a little bit understated here. Set piece taken, kind of nailed in the team again. It should be a really dominant match against Levy. Same with Dyson again, maybe undersold him a little bit. But we've also got Borja. Yeah, so we can go Borja Signs and Dyson. Still not even use McGregor. Maybe Captain Engels. Porto has a De Jong injury. Yeah, so Samu's like nailed, isn't he? So I think the first two teams are quite alright. I think a Samu makes it a lot harder to pick the teams for the better. We can go classic Schmeichels. I've got the Butez I can still use. I actually really like Butez away to Lecce, because Butez is like a high value clean sheet. He likes diving saves. Like, he is really matrix friendly. In-season defenders at this point, if we do go double defence with Celtic, the third team becomes a wee bit nail-bitey, doesn't it? Could play Ferry. Ferry's like a reliable high 50 scorer. Away to Aberdeen. Takes set pieces, long throws, all that kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know, go Ralston, McGregor. Still got Froholt to use. Braga against Hibs is maybe alright for a 60. Probably rather that than Johnny Kenny. But we still have Yang, and if we had Samu, we'd have another striker coming down the chain. Put Yang in as a placeholder, and then final man. Yeah, like Froholt, Sudakov. I'd maybe go Sudakov if he feels a bit peakier. Maybe captain him as a result. Under the cap, which is lovely. Yeah, matchups are quite tight, aren't they? So I see that's one of the things I wanted to chat with you guys about. Also, friends that are just joining us, I'm after suggestions. We're going to be recording a lot of videos over the festive period. MFL and Sorare topics and themes or anything like that. If you're new, if you've been around the block for Sorare or MFL, get them down. I'm happy to take requests. I've already got stuff lined up, but for something you want, I'll make that before the stuff that I think you want, of course. So that's kind of just the vibe here right now. So I'll leave it in the live chat. It's fine, but best to leave it in the comments section, which opens up after we've been live. And yeah, I'm seeing the McSauce Love Eyes in the chat now. I do have an in-season Meatov at home at Dundee United who are decent, but like I'm not scared of them for a goalkeeper pick. Get Hanley playing Hearts. That could be alright. Get Welsh playing Rangers. That could be alright as well. Maybe I like Hanley. Could just score, couldn't he? And then we've got, again, if we want to think about McSauce. Yeah, we kind of then would run out of forward options. We'd be looking at Braga and Froholt. Something like that. I've got classic Schmeichels. Let's just zoom out a wee bit here. Zoom out swing CL4. That's too much. So, yeah, I like where this is at. I think if we got a Samu, what would happen is Trusty moves down, probably takes Ralston's spot here, or maybe even Bednarek. Do you know what? If I do get Samu, this could become quite easily 2 Celtic stacks, but maybe the Celtic one we use a non-Schmeichel goalkeeper. Because I am also a tiny bit nervous that Sinisalo could play, which is another thing that just gives me the fear over this. It's not like on the cards, but it's maybe just fan noise. But Schmeichel's not been super great. And Nancy MLS managers like to use 2 keepers, or they're familiar with it at least anyway. So I do want to guard against that. So yeah, maybe like a Mignan or a Butez, even Mitov, with an R Celtic stack, and then with Porto stack, Bednarek, Signs, probably Froholt, and then Samu. And or do we maybe... oh yeah, maybe... let's delete all this. Oh, no, let's not hide any teams, but let's delete it all. I maybe still do that, but maybe start with team 1 being like a hybrid team. Yeah, we've zoomed out too much here. So maybe like team 1. Where are Verona in the league? 18th, yeah. Magic Mike. KT for top defender. Do we go McGregor for top mid? I actually like the thought of Engels getting a decisive against Livingston. So let's imagine that. And then let's say it's, yeah, maybe like Borja and Samu. Potentially. That would get multi-club. Would it get under the cap? I don't know. What's Samu's L15? 52? 63? Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be a good team, wouldn't it? Then Porto attack stack, Celtic, defence and mid, AC Milan goalkeeper. And then, how do we appropriate Samu in here? Let's just pick a no-name. Let's just put Balikwisha in there, for example. Let's imagine that's Samu. Diogo Costa. Yeah, I like the thought of a Diogo Costa. I went with Trubin to get the next goalkeeper I went for. I'm very much open to it. I'd probably rather craft him though, I think. And then, let's say team 2 is more Celtic. So we go Schmeichel, we go Trusty, we go McGregor, we go Nygren. And we go probably Dyson. Dyson 24. Nah, we'll drop McGregor for McGregor. There we go. Then that's like a Celtic stack. And then could we do like a Porto play with Butez, Bednarek, probably Froholt. Now we've used the Porto attack stack. So for this team, is it maybe the other side of that coin where, yeah. So let's go with Dyson. And then let's imagine we've used Negren. Or... yes, we use classic Negren. Finally, I've got a use for that card. Finally, I've barely got anything out of that. There we go. Slide that in. Captain Benji. And then for this team, we're taking out Balikwisha for in-season Benji. There we go. No, keep it Captain KT. Yes, we're imagining this is, it can be Borja or Samu really, but then the third team, we can go Butez, Bednarek, we've got Froholt, we've got Sudakov. Let's just imagine Froholt for the fixture. And we would have Samu. If we know Vega's playing, brilliant. If we don't, we have Sudakov. And then, yeah, we're probably captaining Borja Signs or Samu. Yeah, fair enough, Lopez. It's kind of what I like about these other clubs that aren't Celtic, because I'm never going to use Rangers cards to this effect, but mixing Galatasaray and Fenerbahce actually kind of backfired. I'd have been better with John Duran. But there's little things, maybe like tonight, the Benfica Porto thing I've got will pay in. So let's see, we've got like a hybrid stack here. Or, well, do we? Yeah, I guess we do. Unless I really change my mind on Sudakov. I think Engels is... yeah, he's a fair shout for top scorer, midfielder. We've used Schmeichel, we've used Butez. And then the last team can be like another Celtic stack that's not got Schmeichel. So we could go Trubin, Mitov, Bain against Dundee's not bad, by the way. But let's just use in-season Mitov to get that flex position opened up for maybe like McTominay or whatever. Defensive options we would have. Yeah, we're looking at Hanley. I don't mind that over Ralston. Because again, Ralston's maybe a wee bit like, maybe Donovan starts. Probably not, but maybe. Different type of match. Maybe the manager takes a different route. We have lots of iffy options here. McKeown, Hatate, Vega, Armstrong. Armstrong's probably good against Dundee United. But again, lots of, I don't know if they are going to be cut out for it. And in the final striker position, we're looking at Braga against Hibs. It's just fine. It's just not super exciting. And then we can go classic. Let's imagine we put McTominay into midfield. If I can find him. There he is. And their best in-season card thereafter. Might be McGrath. Might be Fadinger. I'll maybe go Armstrong for safety. Yang could be cool. Yeah, let's go with Youngster. Captain McSauce. It's kind of on him, isn't it, that team? Exactly, injuries too, of course, yeah. So I want to keep my powder dry, for sure. But I think that's the sort of thing we'll be looking at. And oh, by the way, doesn't it hurt my soul to see Porto Celtic stacks? Oh, it hurts my soul. But anyway, I'm buzzing, but I'm also nervous. We've had an offer 5 minutes ago for Marmouche, our giveaway card. Now, I posted about the giveaway winners. We've not had many people get in touch to claim their prizes. We've had one of them claimed. I need to get that shipped out, but I'll repost that again. So if you're a channel member, we've had some really good giveaway cards. Kobe Mainu, Icebreaker, Marmouche, and one or two others which we'll have a peek at just now. I've already posted the winners, who they are, for the ones that we've did already, and we'll have another little batch of them not too far away. If we select giveaway, I've got El Karauni on the giveaway for the latest MFL beginner's guide, so I've not drawn that yet. So if you're interested in MFL, there's a beginner's guide I launched on the channel within the last couple of weeks, and I'm pulling a random comment to get the El Karauni. But these other guys, Galan's been claimed, but the other guys haven't been claimed yet. So I'll repost it, double check you've not missed it. And again, if they go unclaimed, we'll just redraw them, I suppose. But this is a really nice card, the Marmouche. I would hate to see the AFCON utility go to waste. I would like to get this into somebody's hands. Yeah, I do kind of... Somebody mentioned Veerman in the chat. Was that you? Robert Perez, it was. I'm almost certainly buying a classic Veerman, I think. £50, I really don't mind it. I'm kind of torn between, because when I was looking at the market, I like the Heerenveen one because I was very close to buying the super rare, but it was like way out. It was just ended up being out my budget. And when I think about Joey Veerman, I think about the Heerenveen card. But there was one, yeah, it's still here this season. It's the number 1 Joey Veerman from the 22-23 season. It's a nice card. He doesn't look too happy in it, whatever. But I don't mind that. The price difference is a bit much. And yeah, I like the OG one. So I'm almost certainly buying one of these, but I'm going to wait until the full game week closes in. My number 1 priority is buying probably what feels like Samu, but I want to buy 4 teams worth of chances, and that's kind of part of the thing I'll be talking about in a proper video. I just wanted to come and chat to you today and let you know the script with Christmas and get suggestions for content, just kind of show you how the weekend went. But I want all 4 of these teams to be, and I think 3 of them are there. It's kind of the 4th team where it's like, I don't mind, like, I'll be buying Samu, which will make this team better, fine. And depending on what we get a bit closer to it, I really don't mind spending on 3 in-seasons to make this team better. I really don't mind. I really don't mind. So I'm going for streak 5. So if something here lets me down, like, I just want to have every roll at the dice for this I possibly can, and hitting streak 4 gives you the power to throw it at it. So Gabri Vega will be interesting. Some of the Porto and Benfica stuff tonight will be interesting, but I've got a lot of dilemmas. I just thought I would kind of I like this classic Negren usage. This feels like quite optimal to me. Maybe it's the midfield spot with Engels I'm nervous about. Froholt, Sudakov, Vega. Any other recommendations, feel free to shout them out. Like proper, I say there's just no like Asensio types knocking around, other than like a Sudakov perhaps, maybe. He's not really been on that form, has he? But yeah. MFL wise, I think I maybe need to do a wee bit of team action right now before we do anything else, because yeah, I had our games last night. Now I've not got time to sit and watch these ones, sadly, because we're against the clock right now. But the academy is pushing for the title. Oh, this was a big game. And when did we score? 65th minute. Tactical change. Love the tactics have been next level for me this year, by the way. Yes, I've like really seen the tactics play in for me in a big way. So I could do a tactics explainer or like my take on it. I quite like that. In terms of the match tactics, you can set it to different increments in the match. If you're winning, losing, drawing by 1 goal, by 2 goals, different things happen. And I think I've really nailed it. I've not looked at any game, and honestly I've had so little regret this year compared to seasons gone by. The foundation, by the way, we're closing the season out quite strongly. This is a game we should win. And 1-0, tactics would have kicked in. And this is a fully rotated side. This is all the, full due respect, the bums of the squad, all the low rated players. There's 1 or 2 guys that are a bit better, but that's a big win, by the way. A big 3 points for the foundation there. Let's see where we are on the table. Well away from relegation at this point. Yeah, well away from relegation, but sadly not quite within touching distance of a promotion looking with 2 games to go. So that's kind of whatever, but decent outfit considering how threadbare the squad was. And oh, I played Calva last night. I went full strength, I suppose this is. I've made a few rotations here and there. 0-0. Me and Calva always have tough games, by the way. I've went gung-ho for the last 13 minutes. He's had no tactical changes. Do we get a winner at the end? Come on. Last highlight. We've went gung-ho at the end. We're throwing the kitchen sink at it. Oh, Steffen's just poor quality there. Yeah, a better number 10 in that position would probably get something out of it. Yeah, Steffen's sadly showing up there, but that draw might not be too bad. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's really set up a mad running. Oh, damn it, man. We're on the exact same record. He's got goal difference on me. Oh, Calva, who are you playing? Who are you playing to finish the season? Please be other tough teams. Metaverse Wizards. They've been tough for me, but they're down the bottom end. They're still trying to save themselves. And Arabia. They're still trying to save themselves. So yeah, no pushovers. And who am I playing? Trust the Process. Oh no, that's tough. And Hagues. Oh yeah, I've got 5th and 6th final games of the season. Now, I don't mind doing this on stream with you guys now, because I know Trust the Process is a painting by numbers account, so his rotations and tactics are all set up before a ball is kicked for the entire season. We're at home, and what am I looking at here? Wagner, Nasser. Ooh, I kind of need Nasser for both the games. We're at home for both of them. I think I stick with Nasser anyway, although he's on 92. But Wagner will need to come out. So we'll rotate centre backs. We've got Gilge on a 94. I'm playing Gilge over Theo. Steffens, Jerry Herbst, Cordero 93s. I'm maybe just going to run this team right to the end. Where's Zatko? About to retire. He's on 95. Yeah, let's bring Zatko in for Steffens. Yeah, see if we can get a better tune out the midfield there with him. Otherwise, it maybe stays the same. Yeah, I think we're cool with that. Bring the retired guys in. Let's see if they can make a bit of a difference. Tactics tutorial. Nkunku playing Verona. Nice. Oh yeah, that's a great shout. Nkunku, Luke Jones. I don't really appreciate Benfica playing away in Braga. It might be interesting from a defensive point of view, but Braga at home. Yeah, Braga like to attack, don't they? But yeah, maybe like an attacking player for Benfica. That's kind of what I was hoping Benfica, yeah, if Sudakov could get 10 to 15, 80 in a decisive is kind of what I'm thinking. Because he's very attacking. I think he takes some sets as well. You know better than me. Evening, Thomas Ronyon. Good to see you. Gavin Ridley's got a D-Gen AFCON season of his own going on. I hope it pays off, mate. And it's a thin field, so if you've done it well, mate, it's not out of the realms of possibility. You're now safe, David. You're after removing all the tactics. Yeah, I'll go through that for sure. Tactics tutorial. It's kind of ready on the thing. I'll just underline that again. Which has been good crack for me. So yeah, we've got that team set. The foundation, again, it's been kind of painted by numbers. This is the community team all the channel members chip into. And all the in-game currency that this wins goes to you guys. I don't get any of it. So let's go with the base 10. Are they all fit? The best 11? The right back isn't. He needs rotated. Let's go with the Japanese lad. He's been a bit better. But otherwise, that's everyone. And Badir, yeah, probably just going to play that team for that game. And then the last one with the academy, we're going for the title. Yeah, we're 1 point ahead of Trust the Process. It's a fight between me and him. I'm playing two bottom end teams. I just need to make sure we smash. We cannot drop a point anywhere. We're away for both of them as well, but we do not take them lightly. The defense needs really well rotated. Wow, a lot of the team needs well rotated. I think we need to change the shape here. We'll go into plan B, as it were. And then Benitez, the first choice keeper, can play. I think we need to rotate everyone but left back in defence. So Bodnarenko can come back in. And we'll make him more offensive. And then prioritise the left flank with him now in the team. Abba 87. Yeah, we need these guys to rest up. Salamanca on 94. Yeah, I'm probably going to keep Salamanca playing. Livingston is fine. Hanka needs rotated. But Livingston, maybe stick him in the midfield. See how that does. Bit risky, isn't it? It's a secondary position for him. I've never tried him in midfield. And then we've got Bodine and Martinek up front. Both raring to go. Both got good finishing. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. Nafisatu and Kubo. And then who's 100%? Tolentino, who I'm dropping for Livingston. Yeah, I don't mind that. High and offensive. And then Low and defensive for Nafisatu. There we go. Balance them off each other. Yeah, I'll go with that. I don't mind that. And yeah, nobody else that's fit and not playing is really a miss. That's cool. And then last game, we're going gung-ho at it. Got wee notifications. MFL year wrapped. Oh, nice. Biggest win, 12-0. MFL earned just under $250,000. That's lovely. 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Top scorer, Hamada Nasser. Top appearance maker. Look at that. 88 appearances for Hamada. 160 goals. That's what you call a striker. Kassas is getting contract offers. No thank you. Nasser. Hansen, sorry. No thank you. Keeping these guys in my own club for next year, the way things stand at the moment. But yeah, looking forward to doing more MFL content. Now we get to the end of season 10. Really good time to pick it up and get stuck into it while you've maybe got some time off. Mason, we were kind of going through, I was just kind of rambling with you and getting you up to speed with what's happening over the festive. And I'm kind of just about at that point where I've kind of got up to speed. MFL teams are set for tonight. I've got a bit of a sweat on. Wee bit of Premier League action tonight, but mainly maybe I could just make some more money this weekend with Trubin and the Porto boys, but it's one eye. Even Sudikov here in limited could, yeah, maybe just about get some essence, not much actually, but he's captain actually, so yeah, maybe. Tate DNP was a real killer at the weekend, but yeah, classic Veerman in season Samu. Feels like kind of the base move that I'll be doing. Did I delete those draft teams from before just to remind myself? I think I did. No, I didn't. I need to get my head right with midfield. Midfield is, I'm quite happy with strikers, especially if we get Samu. Really quite happy with defenders. Really quite happy with goalkeepers. It's midfield I'm iffy about, and then the last line of attack. Braga playing Hibs, not really an AA guy. Yang, he probably does alright, but isn't definitely an attacker, like going to score for us kind of vibe. We don't really have a mid to play in there. Yeah, maybe we do if Vega's fit. Yeah, so a lot happening on the channel, guys. We'll have lots of content pre-recorded, lots of nice topics and all that good stuff. Strategy stuff, how I've been doing stuff. Sorare MFL, kind of zoomed out the game and what it's all about, kind of angle. And I'm trying to get a big collab on the go as well. I've started a group chat with some of the heroes in the Sorare community, some of the other content creators, and we'll see if we can get ourselves a bit of a Christmas show on the go. So if you get anyone mentioning it, make sure to badger them and tell them, get it done. But we'll see what we can get done. Crafting, will we do some crafting tomorrow night? I might, by the way. How much essence am I on for? Again, we'll probably get a bit more after tonight. Oh yeah, we'll probably do a bit of crafting. Yeah, so tomorrow night we'll be live and loud. No two ways about it. Because again, I'm not going to buy anyone until I craft. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night. And plenty of Celtic content out. If you're after Celtic stuff, Celtics Are Here breakdown video went live at 5. Another big collab for that channel. Probably goes out tomorrow, if not Wednesday. And yeah, thanks everyone that tuned in. Celtic hit the limited streak. We're on for streak 5 in Challenger Rare. I've also got La Liga up and running. We might get Premier League up and running by the end of tonight as well. Big game week. Things are clutching in. Big week ahead. And I'll see you around for the rest of it. Members will have a double kind of catch-up session at some point ASAP, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thanks everyone that's tuned in for this one. Really appreciate it on short notice. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Wish me luck. Stay out of trouble. I'll catch you on the next one. Well, we play the outro track. Why not?